Playing card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and making your own rules remind me of that made his own rules.
In life, in general, yeah.
But no, especially broke the law.
Some men grab life by the balls, you've heard that? Put his hand inside life like a puppet and operate.
He put his balls on life.
We'll have to bleep that name. I'll try not to use it anymore.
Yeah. Why are you bleeping the name?
Oh man, but he would he couldn't lose in Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! If you just summoned a higher card. I played a lot like you did. Like if we had the higher card, you just won. It was almost like war with a regular deck of cards. But if he would always like threaten to break your elbow or something.
Well, what my brother's favorite strategy was, if you beat him anything, was to start punching you in your arm as hard as he could until you quit. Yeah, like even Mario Kart, right? Like you're driving fine, you're ahead of him, you're lapping him, he would just deck you until you slowed down. So if you had the willpower to beat that, you could take home the W. But at that point, it really wasn't worth it.
That's sadistic. He put his hand in life and worked it like a puppet.
John, you and Jacob were... I mean, Jacob's how old?
We rotate between 2 years apart to 1. Like right now he's 23 and I'm 24.
Jeremy and I rotate from 2 to 3. Yeah. So we had a little more distance. We grew up pretty close, but he was definitely my older brother. Yeah. Like, did you and Jacob have a similar gaming experience?
Well, I've gotten better now, but growing up, I hated playing against my brother. I liked playing co-op.
You weren't a competitive player.
I wasn't. Because I didn't ever grow up playing competitively. I was all about Pokemon and Ratchet and Clank. I didn't play... we didn't own GoldenEye. I didn't play GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64 until I was like 16 or 17 for the first time
crazy.
Ever. I didn't even...
See, we played The World Is Not Enough. That was...
Yeah.
I had GoldenEye, but I only remember some kind of cheat where you could have all the weapons, and I just liked throwing knives. I thought that was...
Like the best thing.
That was the, epitome of violence.
You used that cheat for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could have an unlimited ammo Tommy gun or
shotgun.
Could
have the golden gun. Yeah,
could have the golden gun.
I didn't care.
The only game the first time I think I remember playing against my brother was the Budokai games. We would one-on-one. But he was better than me, so he would want to play against me. But even though I was the older brother, I would just say no. Like, you're just going to win. Like, he would just win. I had no... And still to this day, like, this most recent Dragon Ball Z game, it's really good, and he would want to play... you want to try a game against me? But I'm like, dude, you've played with every character in this. I only play as my custom character. I don't know what I'm doing. You're going to destroy me. So, I don't know. I just usually don't like playing against my friends. I can do it now, but it's not my main thing to do.
I remember my favorite Budokai story is going away to 4-H camp after Budokai 1 came out in 4th grade. And you could get letters for the week you're gone. Because you know how you're gone for a week, it feels like you're on a full military deployment. When you're a kid,
dude, it felt like we were... I thought...
Yeah, I came back with a beard. With a full beard.
Growing up, I thought we had been gone, like... In my head, I was like, I remember being gone for like a month, but no, it was like a week.
Yeah, it was a week, like not even a whole week, either maybe 5 days.
Yeah, but it felt like in my memory that it had been a month.
I remember my brother sending me a letter, saying like Frieza's really hard to beat without you. Yeah. I remember like just tearing up, like trying to hold in my tears around all the other little boys.
Right.
See, I was too young to play video games with my brother co-op because we are 9 rotating on 10 years apart, so I would just have to go into battle alone every time. There was no one writing letters to me. So I had no gal back home. I could have died over in Namek and wouldn't have cared.
Brett's favorite game was Budokai.
Budokai. 3.
Kamehameha Wang.
Oh man! I remember any one-on-one fighting game that my brother and I would play each other. Like we might as well have had a stenographer or someone like to dictate the rules that we would come up with during it, because like we would exploit every spam you could get. So it's like you can't get this character, you can't use this block attack.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first Budokai, right? Like it was punch, 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 then circle, and you could just use your Kamehameha.
Yeah, it was like 4 punches.
It was like 4 punches and a kick or something.
It's like square, circle, I think.
Yeah,
right.
Because X was guard,
yeah,
and triangle was kick.
That was a thing you could spam, and you, like, maybe grappling was hard. It's either that or the Episode 3 Star Wars game that grappling was just insane. Like, there was no good way to block
multiplayer in the Episode 3 games?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think I played it.
There was a versus mode. Grievous was illegal. Could not use.
Oh,
Grievous.
is he really
just
powerful?
overpowering? Like I don't know if his strong attacks could break blocks. If anyone's listening to this that's played that game and can correct me, that's fine.
Yeah.
This is how I recollect it.
Yeah.
But I remember like playing with Rodney. We had outlawed Grievous. No more Grievous. But the funny thing about Episode 3 is I bought that game before the movie came out.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think
and played all the way through it. And it has sort of an alternate storyline where things are done a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So in my head, that's how Star Wars Episode 3 was.
Yeah.
And when I saw it in theaters, I was just relatively confused that it had slightly, but not entirely, gone off course.
Yeah.
I thought that was the weirdest thing in the entire world. So for a really long time, that was a really nebulous and strange movie for me.
I'm surprised they put that game out with, like, a close to real ending.
My brother and I had like a very adult conversation at the time. We're like, do we want to ruin the new Star Wars with the game? And at the end, like our childish lack of control was like, yes, absolutely.
You have to.
Yeah, like Dad gave us $50. I don't remember if we had just set up the chicken barns or whatever, but he had just paid us our work money, So we're like, we've got to go get this right now.
They would never do that nowadays. I don't feel like they put out like a game that's spoiled.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. Yeah, no. I'm glad they don't.
Bad business.
Well, maybe they had. I wouldn't have saw Last Jedi twice in one night. I would have saved some money if I'd seen how that movie was.
My brother wants to go Saturday. He wants to go. So my grandmother for Christmas got us $25 gift certificates to Red Lobster. I've never mentioned Red Lobster in a conversation to her, and nor is it a restaurant she particularly loves. I don't know why. Like that was a restaurant
thought that would be up your alley.
It's tough because if I take that back to Knoxville with me, like I don't know who I would take the Red Lobster with me. I don't know who I would convince. Like, you want to go to the Red Lobster?
You
I've got a gift
You could
card.
just eat $25 worth of king crab.
Well, the thing is, I would have to break that in half to pay for their meal because they're not going to buy their own meal at Red Lobster. Like, it's just not a young person's favorite restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, let's go Saturday and just use those, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's go see Star Wars. And that's the one thing I'm like, I can't agree to.
Yeah.
Not even because it's just that I don't like it.
We'll do a whole. We'll not get into it here.
Right. No, I'm just saying it's 2.5 hours long, and I can't sit through that again.
Yeah.
Like even a movie I really like, I don't know if I can do 2.5 hours again that soon next to it.
Yeah.
So unless he wants to see it by himself and just let me sit somewhere else and just read or something, I'm gonna have to.
He hasn't seen it yet?
No, he has not. He's heard every bad thing about it.
I made that mistake with The Revenant, which was a 3-hour and 15-minute movie.
I saw that by myself.
Which was a great movie, by the way. Did you?
Loved it.
I went and saw The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. For those of you who don't know, listening, great movie. Favorite actor.
Leonardo DiCaprio. He's more of an indie actor, low key.
But if you haven't heard of him, but anyways, I saw the first viewing with my brother, and at the end of that movie, I was like, man, that was so great. But I was like, I'm glad I'm out. I was like, that was starting to get long. And then the next day, my wife, girlfriend at the time,
ex-girlfriend,
she wanted to go see it. And halfway through, it was like waterboarding. Time was
You no longer felt sorry for DiCaprio for the bear attack at that point.
Have you ever been in a movie and you're just like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and you just go stare at the mirror at the theater for 10 minutes?
Drag your the bottom of your eyelids down. It's just.
Oh man, I'm such a big baby when it comes to horror films that I went on a date one time to see a Paranormal Activity movie, and right when it would get super scary, I'd just I'd say I gotta go to the bathroom. They probably thought I had diarrhea because I went to the bathroom 4 times the whole movie.
Have you guys ever had to have really bad diarrhea in a public restroom?